Gil Martin here, and welcome everybody to the Daily Packers Post as we break down the Packers' 24-19 win in Los Angeles against the Rams. A big win that improves the Packers' record to 3-2 on the season. Packers, fell behind at halftime, had a great third quarter, and then had to hold on for dear life in the fourth quarter. But the win is still a big one. They get back on track after losing to the Vikings last week. And now the next two games will be at Lambeau Field. So that is another bonus for the Green Bay Packers. To me, the star of this game has got to be Xavier McKinney. He, in my mind right now, has been the best free agent signing the Packers have had since Reggie White all the way back in 1993. McKinney intercepting a pass in his fifth consecutive game, the first player to do that with a new team in the NFL since the merger way back in 1970. And he also recovered a fumble, both turnovers, very, very big in the Packers' eventual win. And you just got to give McKinney credit. He is a playmaker. The Green Bay defense struggled to stop the Rams from moving the football, but they did come up with the big play, and McKinney was front and center at that. What a great pickup he has been. You look at the Packers' safety play a year ago, which was average at best and realistically below average for most of the season. And now you're getting all-pro caliber play right now from McKinney. And then you have guys like Evan Williams and Javon Bullard who are contributing and will probably continue to grow into their roles. The difference in safety play from a year ago is huge. And McKinney, to me, if you're giving out a game ball on defense, he's got to be the guy to get it. Offensively, how about Tucker Kraft? Just an unbelievable performance by Kraft. 4 catches for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 66-yarder, which was almost all run after the catch. Maybe the first 12 to 15 yards were in the air, and then Kraft just did his thing. He is great at running after the catch. Very, very good also at blocking, which is another reason why he's getting a lot more playing time than Luke Musgrave. And kudos to Tucker Kraft for his performance in this game. 4 catches for 88 yards and the 2 scores, and he just continues to be a difference maker when he gets his hands on the football. And then Jayden Reed, again, doesn't have a 100-yard game, but 4 catches for 78 yards, including a 53-yarder down the field. That was an unbelievable throw by Love into triple coverage, and yet he still managed to pull it off, and Reed made a great catch deep in Rams territory to set up the initial Packers touchdown. That was a great play. And then Reed also running the ball twice for 19 yards on the jet sweeps or the end arounds. He continues to be the number 1 wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers, and that is a great sign. Now, defensively, we talked about the takeaways, but there were also a lot of problems. The running defense started off okay, but realistically gave up 134 yards on 28 carries to a Rams team that absolutely has struggled running the football all season long. And now, they come out against the Green Bay Packers and just move the football on the ground exceptionally well. And that has to be changed. The Packers' run defense has to be better. Kyren Williams, 102 yards on 22 carries and a touchdown. Blake Corum adds 25 yards on 5 carries. And the run defense just has to be a little more consistent. Again, the Packers make the big plays. They get the tackles for loss that you really want to see and, that you don't always see in a game. I mean, you had 4 of them in this contest, but on a down in, down out basis, play by play, that run defense has to be a little bit better. And as far as the pass rush goes, the Packers recorded 3 sacks, but once again, we are seeing a situation where in the first half, or for most of the first half, the Packers just rushed 4. Jeff Hafley just trying to get to the quarterback with his front 4. It doesn't work. Then he has to send guys to blitz. Once they blitz, the pass rush is a little bit more effective, but you really got to see more from the Packers. I think you've got to see more blitz packages early in the game because the front 4 just isn't getting there. And, we talked about the fact that Devontae Wyatt injured. He wasn't able to play in this game. How about Carl Brooks stepping up, 1.5 sacks, a tackle for loss, 3 quarterback hits. Brooks stepped up and did exactly what he needed to do in the absence of Devontae Wyatt, and that was incredibly good to see. Meanwhile, Dontavian Wicks continues to be a hit or miss guy. 2 catches for 20 yards, but he did that on 7 targets. Still too many dropped passes. The talent is definitely there. You see what Wicks is capable of doing. And yet, it just isn't there consistently yet. I know a lot of people on social media comparing Wicks to second year Devontae Adams, where he was struggling with drops, but you could see the talent. Let's hope Wicks steps up and is able to develop into even 3/4 or 2/3 of what Devontae Adams became. But Wicks is frustrating right now because you do see the talent, but you just don't see the production on a consistent basis. A mixed bag for Jordan Love. He finishes 15 of 26 for 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he throws his first career pick 6. And boy, oh boy, was this a messy pick 6. Pressured in the end zone, holds the ball for too long, tries the Brett Favre desperation heave, or it almost looked like Will Levis the way he threw that ball. Shouldn't have let that happen. If you're going to throw it away, you got to do it sooner, and you got to throw it away. Easy return for a touchdown from 4 yards out in this one by Jalen McCullough, and that one put the Packers down 13-7 at the time. But to his credit, after throwing the pick 6, Love completed like 7, 8, 9 passes in a row, was extremely sharp, and with his bad knee and all, he only ran in this game 3 times for 10 yards, but a 12-yard pickup on 3rd and 12 to get a valuable first down. That was a huge play in this game, and you got to give credit to Jordan Love for gutting it out and doing that, and also credit because he didn't let the pick 6 bother him and ruin his day. He just kept on coming. Another area that the Packers definitely need to improve on, and this is on both sides of the ball, 3rd down. You got to win 3rd down. Offensively, the Packers just 1 for 8 on 3rd down, 12.5%. And the only conversion on 3rd down was the Jordan Love scramble. Meanwhile, LA, 8 for 16 on 3rd down, 2 for 4 on 4th down, although the 2 stops were huge at the time. But, you got to be better than 1 for 8 on 3rd down conversions in this game if you're going to win consistently in the NFL. And another bit of kudos in this one for Edgerrin Cooper. He had a sack. He was in on 5 total tackles. And again, he just seems to be, with each passing game, more and more of a playmaker. I am really looking forward to seeing him on the field. He had a sack, a tackle for loss, 2 quarterback hits. When he blitzes, he gets in there and really can be a difference maker for the Green Bay Packers. So again, a promising performance by Cooper. and he is showing more and more. And one other thing I wanted to touch on, the Packers did get away from the run a little bit in the second quarter, but overall late in the game, they did run the ball well. Couldn't quite close it out when they had the chance with a little less than 4 minutes left. But Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown as a Packer, 73 yards on 19 carries. Emmanuel Wilson adds 24 yards on 6 carries. Again, the running game getting the job done, 126 overall rushing yards. And they weren't easy yards. The longest run of the game, 13 yards. But the Packers do just enough to get the win as they come away with a 24-19 win over the Rams. So, again, thank you for watching the Daily Packers Post. For more in-depth daily coverage of your Green Bay Packers, check out thepackerspost.com. We have new articles dropping every day of the week except Sunday. So definitely check us out there. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching, and go Pack Go.